This was the game that many was waiting to see. Shedeur Sanders and the Jackson State Tigers against Andrew Body and the Texas Southern University Tigers. Now, this game here was going to be something that everybody was blowing up to say, hey, we're going to see Andrew Body and the Texas Southern football team take that next step to let Jackson State know they are here to compete. But you know what? It was a couple of unanswered questions that was in the deck that nobody paid no attention to. And we're going to talk about all of that right after this. You know, it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. And don't forget, one last thing, guys. Make sure that you have your post notifications turned on to all. So whenever Coach drops a new video, you get that content immediately. And it doesn't have to be something that skip on by you. You be like, Coach, I didn't even know you dropped that, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you know now. Turn them post notification bells on so you can get everything that Coach has dropped for you. But we're going to go ahead and tap on in this game and we're going to get down to exactly what went down in this game between Texas Southern and Jackson State University. Because you already know, there's a lot of hype around this game. You know, Andrew Body's going to take that next step forward to let Jackson State know, hey, listen, he ready to come ball. And y'all had to stop him and his receivers out there on the field, as well as those running backs that they got in the backfield as well. But Shedeur Sanders being calm, cool, collective, you know, like the other side of the pillow, letting everybody know, hey, listen, Legendary is here. And Legendary is about to show up and show out to help you understand exactly how this thing goes down. But, you know, Texas Southern, they came out looking to get things moving up and down the field against the Jackson State Tigers defense. And unfortunately, they came up a little short with a couple of miscues here and there. And, you know, had a couple of wide open receivers, couldn't link up with them wide receivers like they wanted to. And ended up having to give Jackson State that ball back again. You know, when you had that opportunity to catch a defense like Jackson State off guard, you got to make do with it. And in this instance, Texas Southern was not able to do that. Now, I will say this. QB1 Andrew Body, he did make up for some, you know, shortcomings out there on the field where he started using his legs to get out there and start helping the team move that ball down the field. Because, you know, Jackson State, their defense was sitting on a lot of those plays that they were looking to run. And then sometimes, too, there was a couple of plays where the receivers was overshot on passes, which, you know, is understood because there was some pressure coming back there on Body, you know, trying to get that ball down the field to those receivers. Corey Howard, for Texas Southern, he definitely made sure he took advantage of every opportunity that he was given to him. That young man not only had a rushing touchdown, but he had a receiving one as well. And the crazy thing is, when you look at Andrew Body's stats, I know you're like, Coach, those stats are, you know, what's the deal with the stats? They're not really glaring like, you know, like you're making it out to be. Listen, when you got somebody that's in that backfield that's under duress trying to get that ball out to those receivers, they're going to try to make do as best they can with trying to throw passes to those receivers when they're open. And trust me, when those receivers were open out there on the field, he was humming that bad boy in there to him for him to catch him and get up the field and get more yards. Now, on the day, Andrew Body rushed the ball 9 times for 32 yards. Now, he did throw the ball 23 times, in which he only completed 9 for 132 yards, 1 touchdown, and was sacked 2 times. Texas Southern, number 4, Mr. Derek Tucker, came off the edge on QB1 Shedeur Sanders, who thought he had a wide open receiver on that right-hand side and batted that ball down. Remember in the pregame breakdown when I was advising everybody that Texas Southern's defense is going to need to come out there and shake some things up to give Jackson State different looks, you know, get an offense different looks with their defense. Where they started out running a 4 front, they switched over to a 3 front. So they were switching back and forth, trying to confuse QB1 a little bit here and there. But like I said, once again, they were able to get off the plays that they wanted to get off. Now, don't get it twisted and think that Derek Tucker was the only one out there trying to make some noise. DeMontre Johnson, he sacked QB1, as well as Isaiah Bogarty sacked QB1 as well. And I was looking for my man Sauce God out there, Mr. Tyler Martinez, to see exactly what he had popping out there trying to get some things going on. But I tell you one thing, number 0, Mr. Pippins. Oh, this guy here, boy, let me tell you something. He's trying to make a little noise out there for himself, but Jackson State kind of keyed in on a couple of things and understood the fact that when he's coming up the field based on how they're moving him up there on that defensive front, if they wanted to put him in the 1 technique or the 3 technique, if they moved him inside of that 1 technique, guess what? They was hitting they was hitting where their 3 hole was at, and taking that bad boy up the field. That was when Sy'Veon Wilkerson was able to run that now you see me, now you don't touchdown run for 40-something, was it 41-yard rushing touchdown on the day. I mean, listen, Jackson State did everything that they could to neutralize the athletes that were on the Texas Southern defensive side of the ball, letting them know, hey, listen, y'all going to come up with something a little bit more than what you're coming up with. Go draw it up in the sand, because guess what? We're going to come neutralize everything that you're going to throw at us. We got a counter punch on top of another counter punch every time you want to come back with something different. Now, one thing I say is this. Sy'Veon Wilkerson was out there running that man like a man possessed. 3-6 Mafia is what they call him. 3-6 Mafia's out there putting in that work. That young man rushed the ball 26 times for 214 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. And matter of fact, this young man is averaging 8.2 yards per carry in the game. That is freaking unheard of. Yes, Sy'Veon Wilkerson was out there showing out, letting y'all know, hey, listen, y'all going to have to come attend. Y'all going to have to come contend with this running game that Jackson State's going to lay down on anybody that want to step up in this daggone. Put them in the box. You want to put 7 or 8 in the box, y'all going to understand we're coming down here. We ain't backing up off you. We're going to let you know. We're going to get off of your chest and we're going to move that thing down the field. And salute to the Jackson State Tigers offensive line, because I know they haven't got no love as bad as everybody was climbing all over them last season, myself included. We need to get them a little bit of love. And Coach is going to be the first one to say, hey, you guys go ahead and continue to keep getting after it. But, hey, you had a couple of miscues out there. As far as the penalties on both sides of the ball, got to clean that up, guys. Y'all know Coach Prime want to dominate top to bottom. It ain't no let off here and there. He wants to dominate from top to bottom. Can't leave out that bad man, Mr. Travis Hunter. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, Travis Hunter came out early looking to get the ball in his hands to try to break wide, to bust him a play, to get up the field, get him a touchdown. You know, hey, that young man is overdue in this game, and I believe Kevin Coleman, he's overdue as well to get him a couple more touchdown scores. And I think this week going to be the week that is going to happen for both of them. If you don't have your footwork together when you're dealing with Travis Hunter on that offensive side of the ball, with him being a receiver, trust me, you better get your footwork together real quick, because he going to have you out there looking a little silly. So all I'm saying to you is this. Prep your mind. Be ready. Watch his hips. Don't go looking down at his feet, because you look down at his feet, he going to be out that phone booth on you quicker than you can count to 5. Matter of fact, he's going to be out that phone booth quicker than you can count to 2. That's how quick he's moving out there on the field. You got to salute that young man as well for continuing to keep working on his game and keep raising that bar higher and higher on what people can expect from him out there on the field. Now, Mr. Shane, another one out there that played with a purpose, meaning that he was not going to be denied at all when it came down to that ball being thrown at him. That young man had 2 touchdown passes on the day. And the crazy thing was Texas Southern just really didn't have an answer for him, because anything that they threw his way when it came to coverage, Shane Hooks let it be known he was not going to be denied. QB1 got enough time to stand in the pocket, make a sandwich, fry some chicken and fries, make sure he feed all his linemen out there, make sure that they're good to go, and throw a dart down the field to none other than DJ Stevens for a touchdown. You know that offense is clicking. A few things out there that kind of had me wonder what was going on, because Jackson State did have a few more penalties in this game than what they normally do. Now, I got to give QB1 his props as well, because he let Sy'Veon Wilkerson know, hey, look, man, I see you out there getting down. You're doing your thing. But look, I got to make sure I get in on this too, man. Hey, they leaving this thing wide open. I got to get me a rushing touchdown as well. So, you know, QB1 went ahead, pulled that ball down and took off on them folks and got him a rushing touchdown. But there was one thing that had me a little bit concerned as far as the tackle on the goal line, in which it was helmet to helmet. And, you know, the refs, they ain't throw no flags on this, which kind of got me wondering, okay, this is what it's going to be like from week to week as far as if they're going to call it, if they're not going to call it. So we're going to sit back and watch all of that unravel as the weeks come, as far as, you know, the helmet-to-helmet contact that's going on out there on the field. And I will say this, QB1 definitely did put on a show out there today, in which he threw the ball 30 times, completing 23 for 252 yards. He had 3 touchdown passes, and he had that 1 rushing touchdown as well. Jackson State defense, they was on point as they normally are, with Miller and Reagan leading the way. Don't forget, you got that bad man, Mr. Josh Griffiths, out there as well. He is starting to now cement himself in these games, really being a disruptor on the field, as well as True Thompson. So you know Jackson State is starting to put this thing together in a manner which they're going to be very formidable out there on the field, playing anybody in the coming weeks. So, hey, I'm hoping everybody got their A game up to par because Jackson State is starting to really get things clicking on the defensive side of the ball. Jackson State plays Alabama A&M in the Gulf City Classic, and you got Texas Southern playing none other than Grambling State, who is on a 2-game winning streak right now. See how everything unravels going into the end of the season for both of these teams to see exactly how the chip's going to fall, especially when it comes down to the SWAC championship. But guys, that's all I got for you right now. But until next time, be the one and lead.